Today we shall learn how to create a number pyramid. So there is a requirement that the user can enter a number, and based on that number, we have to create a number pyramid. So the output is on your screen. If the user enters 5, the display should look like this. So you have to create a number pyramid. So it should start with 1, and then it should go to the number 5, and it should again go back to the mid value 9, and then it should come back to 5. So this is how the output should look like. Okay, so again, for example, there is one more here. So if you enter 4, it should be the output. So this is the number pyramid, which is the requirement. Okay, so we are going to learn how to do that in Unibasic programming. Okay, so I hope you have subscribed to our channel. If not, you must subscribe for such tutorials for Unibasic, Linux shell scripting, and Python. So of course we shall start and learn step by step. So before I go ahead, let me just quickly show you. I will quickly run it one more time. So run bp number pyramid is my program name, which I have already created. So I'm going to show you. So it will ask you to enter a number. So let's say if you enter 4, it will show like this. If you again, let's say you enter 6, it will give you a pyramid like this. So basically what happens, if the output is of 2-digit, then it shifts a bit right, so it doesn't look like that. So yeah, so if, for example, if you put 5, so all the numbers are of single digit, so it exactly looks like a pyramid. So this is the requirement you have to make. Okay, so yeah, of course, see, the logic is almost the same in any programming language. So you can use the logic to develop this in any language like Java or C or shell scripting, but currently we are going to make this in Unibasic. Okay, so feel free to ask any questions if you have, and of course, if you have any other math method, you can certainly let me know. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start the program. So build, let's say I will name it like build pyramid. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first of all take the number, which will be the range of the pyramid. Okay, so I'll accept it into this. Okay, so we'll take this name as let's say num. Okay, now what we are going to do, we'll do it step by step. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to type some for loops. So I assume you are aware of the syntax of for loops and all. Okay, so if you are not aware of that, you have to go to my channel and go to this playlist of Unibasic, where you can learn Unibasic programming. So you have to basically visit this playlist. Okay, and you have to watch all the videos if you are not aware of all the basic things of very basic programming. Okay, so let's just go ahead, and so I'm going to write the for loop, which is going to traverse through the number. Okay, so before that, I'm going to need a mid value. So let's say if the user enters 5, so the mid value will reach to 9. Okay, so mid will be what? It will be num star 2 minus 1. Okay, so then I will traverse from I equal to num to mid. Okay, and then I will say next I, and what I will print inside that, I will print crt what do you call, we'll give a space. Okay, we'll print I, and then we'll give a space. Okay, and then to put it in a single line, because if you don't append it with a colon, it will always print in the next line. So we won't want to be printed in the next line, so I'll give a colon to make it in the same line. Okay, so what it will do, it will print from the num to the mid value. Okay, now next what we want to do, we want to print from mid from mid to the num value, right? From, let's say I have printed till here. Now I have to go back again from N9 to the num. Okay, so how can I do that? I have to traverse from I equal to mid to num, and then this time there is a difference. So it's this time you are decrementing the value, so you have to give step -1 and then next I. So this time it will decrement the value and print it. Okay, so I will say I print I, give a space, and then of course I am going to want to print to the next line, so I'll give a colon at the end. Okay, then this value made is actually, it should not be mid, it should be mid -1. Okay, so let's take any other variable like mid -1, because see 9 is already printed, so I'm going to print from 8 to 5. Okay, so I would say p to num. Okay, so this way it is going to do that. Okay, so now what is going to happen? So if you do this, so see, don't get confused. Always try to do it in a, what do you call, step-by-step approach. Okay, so let me just try to run this much and see what is happening. Okay, so I'll just save this. Okay, and let's try to compile and run this and see what is happening. So there is no error. So let's say if I say 4. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we are going to run this, of course. So BP, and then this one. I usually have a habit of compile and run at the same time. So now enter a number. So see what is going to happen. If I enter 4, so it is going to 4 5 6 7, which is a mid value, and then it is coming back to 4 again, which is on the same line. Now this is happening only for once. Now let's do it for the other values. Okay, let me just quickly so this is my program. Okay, now see what we did. We took the number and we printed that line from 4 to the mid value and back to the num. Okay, now this has to happen from 1 to 4, not only for the number value. Okay, so now we are going to alter our program. Okay, so now we'll add one more for loop which will traverse from I equal to num to I equal to 1 to num. Okay, and then this is what it is going to do. It is let's say I just let it make it as a j. Okay, j equal to 1 to num, and then I will put it inside the another next. So this will be my external loop. Okay, this will be my external for loop. So it will now traverse from 1 to num, and for each j it is going to do all these values. So now it will do for 1, again it will print, it will again 2. If j becomes 2, it will again calculate the mid value. It will go from uh, that num to that mid value likewise. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am just going to, so instead of num I'm going to change it to j. Okay, so now j will become the variable. Okay, so now you see and try to understand what I have changed. So basically let me explain to you. Let me just save it. I'll open it using the alt A. Okay, that will help me to format the value. So I'll just format it. Okay, so now if I save, compile and run, and if I say 4, now see what is happening. Okay, we'll understand that now. Okay, so now go back with the editor and see. So what we did, we are going from 1 to num, and for each j I'm calculating the mid, and for that j value I am going to go back to the mid, and again from mid to I'm going to num. Okay, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so now here to segregate the values, for each j I have to print in a different line. So I'll just put a CRT here to, you know, print it in a different line. Okay, so if I just do this much, see what is happening. Okay, so if I do now this FIBR, and if I enter the number, let's say 4, now see what is happening. It is being printed, so it 4, it will start from 1. So 1, for 1, actually it is only one value, so it has to be printed only one value. When it becomes 2, the mid becomes 2 into 2, 4 minus 1, 3, so it will go from 2 to 3, and again from 3 to 2. Okay, now when the j is 3, it goes to 3 into 2, 6 minus 1, 5, and then again from 5 to it goes to num, which is 3. When it is 4, it calculates the mid, which is 7, so it goes from 4 to 7, and then it goes back to num, which is 4. So actually your pyramid is prepared. If you run this, it is working fine. It is working for all the values. If I press 5, say it is printing the pyramid. So okay, so your pyramid is prepared. Now the only problem is you have to arrange it so that it looks like a pyramid. Okay, that's the only thing which is left to do at this moment. Okay, so now let me open this program again. Now see, the pyramid is ready. Now we only have to move the elements towards right, so that it looks like a pyramid. So basically it is printing on the first line here, it should move it to the right using the space. So what we are going to do, we are going to do using the space. Okay, you can also use the column row print using the CRT, but I found this way better. Okay, so let's just uh, uh, print using the space. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to print space. So space, now space, how we are going to define, we are going to take, so if it is on the first line, the number of spaces will be more. Similarly, when it goes to the next line, the number of space will be decremented by 2, because if you see each number and spaced by 1, it becomes 2. So if it goes to the second line, so the space we have to give is 4. Okay, likewise. So let's try to understand this. You will understand. So we'll take a variable like space counter. Okay, so we are going to take let's say k equal to, okay, so we'll take a space dot, so let's say k equal to num, and then space dot counter equal to space dot counter equal to k star 2, which is my first value, first spaces. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to print space, and then we are going from for k equal to space dot counter to 1. Okay, we are going to decrement the number of space, and it becomes 1, next k, and then we are going to print only space. Okay, we are going to print space from where to where, we are going to print space from, let's say if the number is 5, so it will become 10, so from 10 to 1 I'm going to print 10 spaces. Okay, when it goes to the next line, the number of space will become 8, because the next line the spacing should be in such a way that it will look like a pyramid, so the number of space will decrement by 2. So now here I will set the space dot counter by decrement by 2, so minus equal to 2. So this way it will decrement the value from space counter, and it will be pasted here. Okay, so now if I save this, and let me just try to open it using the alternate editor format. Okay, so now this is what my program will look like. Okay, so now space counter is calculated here, and it is decremented by 2. Let me just try to run this. Let me see if it works or not. So if I say 5, now see it is going, yeah, okay, so it is doing the job, but there are some extra things happening. So let me just quickly fix that for you. So here we are going to we don't want to add uh, a new line and after the space, so I'll just make it a colon so it doesn't go to the new line. Okay, so now if I say 4, see it is printing the pyramid. Okay, let me run it again for you. So let me just run it one more time. So if I say 5, it is printing the pyramid. So in the first line it is actually printing 10 space. In the second line it's printing 8 space. Next wise it is printing 6 space, and likewise. Okay, so it is this way. If you have any questions still, you can ask me in the comment section, or see. So this is how the program looks like. It is very small program, and all you need to understand is we are in the first section, we are printing from num to the middle value, which is double value, and then from the middle I am printing to the num, and then the third logic is to print the space, which is printing 10 space on the first line if the number is 5, and likewise the space is decremented by 2. Okay, so as simple as that. It is just combination of 4 loops. You can also make use of while loops and all. Okay, so yeah, it is a small program, but yeah, it takes a lot of logic. So if you have any other way to do that, I will be happy if you share with me. And if you find this is useful for you, please like and share. Thanks for watching. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe my channel, which is Technical Lab. Thank you for watching.